All right, hopefully you're warmed up, you're stretched out a little bit, and you're ready to rock and roll. You've got your water, you've got your stretchy band if you're using it, and you've got your hand weights. Let's dive on in. We're doing 7 different exercises, a whole minute of work, 15-second transition, 7 exercises, 3 sets total. We're gonna go through the whole thing 3 times, all right? All right, so first exercise, banded side steps. If you don't have a band, don't worry about it. I'm going to set up my timer here. We're gonna dive on in. If you've got your band, step your feet through it. Bring the band around your shins, below the knees, but above the feet. Good. All right, toes point forward, hands to your low back. You sit your hips down and back, abs pulling in, and you step 2 times in each direction. So we're gonna step 2 times this way and in reverse, 2 times the other way. Keeping some tension on that band the whole time. Again, no band, no problem. Just keep the hips low, keep your abs pulling in tight, and keep on stepping. You might start to feel your outer thighs turn on toward the end of this. You'll probably feel the tops of your thighs first. That's great. All of the above, great. Couple things to think about here. Notice how my back is nice and flat. I've got one long line from my head to my tailbone. Shoulder blades are pulling together. We're not doing this, we're doing that. Good. My back is not arched, however, my abs are pulling in nice and tight here to support my spine. About 15 seconds, you're doing great. Maybe you even get a little bit lower. Woo! There we go. There's that burn. So nice. Toes, checking the toes. They go straight forward in front of you. Knees do not go past toes. And we are done. Nice job. Shake off that band. Grab your hand weights. We got bicep curls. Simple bicep curl. Feet come under your hips. Toes point straight ahead. Bend the knees a little bit. Back is flat. Arms by your sides. Palms face forward. Nice bicep curl here, real simple. Go ahead and start. Good, elbows point down. Weight goes all the way down and comes all the way up toward the shoulder. Complete range. Notice how we're not swinging, right? We're not swinging, we're not doing any of this, right? What we want is to isolate the bicep muscle. Make sure you can feel it working, okay? Make sure you're building some heat in that muscle. If you're not, what do? Take a pause, take your hands and tap. Make sure the brain knows, oh, that's the one you want me to use. Got it. Got it. Keep on going. Now you may want to go faster than me. You may want to go slower than me. Listen to your body here. Maybe if you have heavier weights or if the weights are heavier for your current fitness level, then take it a little bit slower. Do fewer. We don't want to strain. So if there's any pain, let's drop the weights, work without them, or find a lighter set. Good, one more here. Excellent job, nice. Set them down, grab your band. If you don't have a band, just work with that one. You're gonna take that band once again around the ankles this time, not the shins, so it can drop around your feet. You can hold on to something here, or you can try to balance, it's up to you. Take one leg out in front of you. We're gonna lift and lower that leg, pressing into the band, using this muscle here, the quads. There's actually 4 of them. Top of the thigh, lift, control the lower. Good, once again, abs are pulling in, back is flat. One long line from head all the way down to your supporting foot here on the ground. Good, chest is open, shoulders draw together. Good, let's switch legs. Again, if you don't have that band, you might be able to lift your leg a little bit higher than you see me doing. That's great. Pull the abs in as you lift the leg. Good, again, option to hang on to something so that you're not having to think about balance as much. You can really think about that quad. Squeeze. Squeeze, good. Exhale and inhale, breathing in and out. You're almost done. We did 30 seconds on each side. Beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, let it go. Next exercise, we've got chest presses. You need your hand weights again. Coming down to the floor. All right. Bend the knees. Take your feet flat on the ground. One weight in each hand. Elbows come by your sides. Abs pull into the floor. Exhale, press all the way up. The weights meet. Pull back down to 90 degrees. Press and pull, isolating the chest muscles, the biceps, and even some parts of your shoulder here as well. Good, keep the abs on. They're pulling into the ground. Your feet and your knees are hip distance apart. If you want a little more ab challenge here, you can float your chest the whole time. Hover your shoulders Elbows come down to about shoulder height and press back up again. So they won't come all the way to the floor this time because my chest is hovering. Good, inhale, exhale. Good. Keep your neck nice and long. You're looking straight up to the ceiling. Almost done, 8 seconds. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, sit on up. Next, what do we have next? I'm looking at my list. Stay on the ground, side glutes. If you've got your band, grab it. This time it's gonna come above the knees onto your thighs. You'll come onto your side, curl into a tight ball here, forearm, hand, good. Tap your knees and then tap the toes. Knees, toes, good. Abs are pulling in. If it's too much to be on the forearm, you can lay all the way down and rest your head and your arm on the floor. The band is there for some bonus resistance. We are working the outer glute. This guy over here, it's your gluteus medius. Good, see how my knees are in line with each other. My thighs are in line with each other. That's how we want it. Good, let's quickly switch. Flip it around. Other side. Tap, tap. Good. Try not to let the band hook around your knees. If it slides forward, that happens. Try to shift it back real quick so that we're not pulling on the joint unnecessarily. Good. Abs are on. I'm lifting away from the floor, up out of this shoulder right here. Couple more. You're almost there. Last one. That's nice. All right, let it go. Next, straight arm plank with rows. Okay, there's 2 ways to do this. You can do it on your knees. You can do it on your toes. If I pop to my toes, I've got one weight in each hand. I'm gonna start with one side in particular. So start with one side. Pull up, reach back down again. Good, abs are pulling in. My hips aren't doing all this kind of stuff. Abs are nice and tight. Hips are level with the ground. No arch in the back. Good, 30 seconds on this side, and then we're gonna switch. Option, of course, to do it on the knees. Pull the heels up nice and high. Scoop your hips under, no problem. Very good, all right, time to switch. 30 seconds on the other side. Pull, reach. Pull, reach. Whatever you chose as far as the feet go, try to do the same thing on both sides. Good, and unlike me, I want you to look straight down at the ground. Keep your neck in line with your spine. We are almost done, coming up on 10 seconds. Breathing in and out. You got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, set those weights down. Abs to finish it, coming onto the floor. Here we go. Down on the ground, I want you on your forearms. You can also pop up onto the hands here if that feels better. Let's try forearms. We're gonna do some bicycles. Pull the knees in, extend one leg, and then do the other leg. Extend, extend. Good. Think about your abs pulling into the floor, okay? My low back is pressing down. We're not doing any of this. We're concave here. Abs pulling into the floor, low back pressing down, not sinking into the shoulders. Lift the chest, open it up. Keep your airway open and free. Breathe in and out. Halfway. You get a water break after this. 45-second water break. In and out. Good. If it's too much to extend the leg all the way, as you see me doing, you can kind of see it. Keep your knees bent. Little lower the thighs. So a little switch, a little switch. Think about your thighs lowering rather than your feet. Feet are along for the ride. The thighs are connected to the pelvic area, which is where your core is, okay? So we're gonna think about what's closest to the core. What are we doing with that? Because that's what the core is controlling. Last 2. Ha, there we go. All right, quick water break. I'm gonna grab mine. Catch your breath. Lovely. We're gonna do a second set from the top, starting with those banded side steps. So get your band ready. We got about 15 seconds. Let's go. Setting it up. Band. Feet step through. Shins, not ankles, not knees, not thighs. Shins. Toes forward. Hands on the low back. Slide the hips behind you, abs pull in nice and tight, and step 2 times. Swap it out. So good. And you know, I don't have music playing, doesn't mean you can't. If you want some music playing in the background, go for it. Put something fun on, whatever you like. Focus on breathing, focus on which muscles you can feel working. Again, if there's any soreness, pain, or tension, that's not the good kind, right? Then we need to make a change. So maybe you come up a little bit higher, you know? Maybe you check your toes, maybe they're not pointing forward. Maybe you take the band off if you're wearing the band. Remove the stretchy band, work without it. Listening to your body. Maybe you just need to stand up and take a little break for a second and then get back in. Good, 10 seconds. Good, try not to drop the chin, keep the chin off the chest. 3, 2, and 1. All right, swap your band out for your weights. Bicep curls, let's do it. All right, feet are underneath of the hips, toes point forward, knees bend just a bit, abs pulling nice and tight. This time, palms face each other, like you're holding a hammer. Curl, extend. Again, if this feels too easy, maybe you go a little bit faster without swinging. Place the weight up and down, up and down. None of this. None of that. We're not using momentum. Good. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, try to come off the ground, just the heels. Lift an inch, maybe half an inch, maybe a centimeter off the ground. Find some balance. Again, no swing. Amazing. Breathe. Good. Maybe, if this is too much, we slow it way down. We drop the heels, not turning it into a balance exercise. Curl, slowly extend, pause. Curl, slowly extend, pause. Listening to your body here. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, set the weights down. Thighs are next. Band or no band. This time it's around the ankles. Both feet come through. On the ankles. Good. Again, option hold on to something or not. Hands to the hips. Toes point forward. Pick a leg. Good. Little lift and lower. Lift and lower. Let's try to control that lift, right? So as opposed to that, where I let the band pull me back, how about I resist that band? Pause for a second and then release. Good. I control that band. I tell that band when it stretches and when it retracts. Keep your abs pulling in nice and tight here. Shoulders pressing away from the ears. Good, let's switch legs, other leg. Lift and lower. Good, head, shoulders, hips, foot are stacked here. Again, if it's a little harder with the leg all the way straight, you need something a bit easier, bend the knee a little bit more. You can flex your foot so you don't lose that band. Good, awesome, less than 10 seconds, look at that. Time flies when you're having fun. 3, 2, and 1. All right, get rid of that band. Coming down onto the floor, you need your weights. Chest presses, here we go. One weight in each hand. I lay back, I bend my knees, feet go flat. Arms at 90 degrees, abs pull into the floor. Press, control that pull. Exhale, inhale. Again, want to add some abs to this? Maybe you lift your shoulders off the ground. Elbows stop at shoulder height. Good. If this is bothering the shoulders, maybe you flip your palms to face each other. You open and close the arms that way. Almost like you're closing 2 sides of a book. Good. Exhale, press. Inhale, lower. Good. If you want some lower ab action with this, maybe you lift your legs off the ground, pull your low abs down into the floor. Abs hold the legs. 15 seconds. I'm gonna flip my palms back to face forward again. Again, always an option to rest the head and the feet. Elbows travel to the floor and then hands go all the way up. Listening to your body here. Good. 3, 2, and 1. All right, sitting back up. You need your band or no band for the side glute. Band comes around thighs. Coming onto your side. Knees pulling nice and tight. forearm, front arm. Good, abs in, tap the knees, tap the toes, knees, toes. Good, what we're not doing is opening the hip, right? Keep the top hip on top of the bottom one. Good. Sometimes I like to take a hand over here just to remind me, A, this muscle's working, and B, my hips are stacked. I'm leaning forward, right? This is the point of having this hand here. Press into the floor. See if you can't feel your outer glute activate even a little bit more as you lean forward rather than opening up toward the wall behind you. So good. Quick switch. Let's flip it around. Other side. Knees in nice and tight. Tap, tap. So good. Breathing in and out. Feel that outer glute working. Feel the contractions. Notice how strong you are. You're strong. You got a couple more. 3, 2, and 1. There it is. All right, taking off that band. Grab your hand weights. We've got that straight arm plank next. Again, toes or knees. Be consistent. Whatever you choose. Stepping back. You can take your feet out wider than your hips here. Pick an arm. We start there. Hips point straight down to the ground. Pull, reach, pull, reach. All the way up, all the way down. Good, feel your side abs turning on here a little bit. Maybe you feel your thighs squeezing, maybe you feel your glutes squeezing. Use the upper back as well, those muscles between your shoulder blades. Good, quick switch, other side. Pull and reach, pull and reach. Breathing in and out. Ideally, I like to exhale on that pull as the elbow comes up, but sometimes you need more oxygen than that pace allows. So breathe as often as you need to. 5 seconds. Let's go. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Set your weights down. Last exercise on your forearms. Abs. Here we go. Forearms, again, option. Hands. Try it out. Knees come in. One leg extends and then the other. The goal here is that the abs are controlling your legs. Your hips are not. Your legs are not. Your abs are. So can you feel your abs pulling down into the floor? Maybe you think about pressing your foot away each time you extend that leg. Press, press. Maybe you can feel the abs a little bit more that way. Chin slightly off the chest here, airway open. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, over halfway. We got this. We got it. If this feels too easy, you can try it a little bit differently. Maybe you hover your shoulder blades, reach your arms forward. See if that feels a little bit more challenging. Maybe that's too much. Come back to the forearms. Maybe try pressing to the hands. Maybe this is harder. See how you feel. Maybe you need to rest your head all together. 3, 2, 1. Ha! 45-second water break. All right. Let's go. Hydration for the win. All the time. So many things hydration helps with. So many things. All right. Let's release tension if there's any tension in the neck. Oh, love how the neck just tries to take that tension. Sweet neck, you're amazing. Let's not carry additional tension. You've got enough on your plate carrying my head around. So, here we go. You ready? It's time. Third set, last set. Band, shins, feet forward, hands on the back, getting nice and low. Let's go. 2 steps. So good. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So strong. Watch the knees. Try not to let them do that. Sit the hips down and back behind you. Excellent job. Good. As you step in, think about bringing both feet back under your hips. rather than bringing them all the way together. See the difference? That will also help you keep your band on the shins where you want it to be. 5 seconds. Look at that. Almost done. Last one here. And there's that. Amazing. All right. Swap the band for the weights. Adjusting cameras. All right, here we go. Feet under the hips. Toes are forward. Knees are bent. Palms face forward. Abs pull in tight. Here we go. Bicep curls. Good. Again, maybe faster, maybe slower. And if this position with the palms facing forward, if your shoulder doesn't like that, or if your elbow is bothering you, try palms facing each other. Try that hammer curl. If you want a fun challenge, flip the palms to face behind you. Oh, that's a different deal. That is a different deal. One thing I would say is whatever position you choose, try to keep your wrists in line with your forearm. So we're not doing this and we're not doing that. It's nice and stacked, yeah? Good. 15 seconds. Again, maybe you float your heels off the ground. You want to dial this up. See how that goes. Maybe you want a little bonus shoulder work today. Bring your elbows in front of you just a bit. Means your abs have to turn on more. Don't let your back take over. Don't let it. Abs in tight. Yes, 3, 2, and 1. All right, set those down. Next, we got those leg lifts. Again, band or no band. Around the ankles. You can balance or not. It's up to you. Toes forward, pick a leg. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Yep. Try to pause at the top for a hot second, controlling the band. You are manipulating that band. You're moving that band around. You're stretching that band around. You're making it work. It's not making you work. That's right. Keep your abs in tight. What we don't want is this. No. No, we don't want that. We don't want this. Nope. We want the abs in. We want the back flat, hips scooping under you. Quick switch legs. Lift and lower. Good. We don't want to do this. We don't want to do that. Shoulder blades actively pulling together, but abs are actively pulling back, so there's tension on both sides of the body. Yep. So good. Almost there. So close. 3, 2, and 1. Ha-ha. Grab your hand weights, down on the ground. Ah. Chest presses. Here we go. Bend the knees. Hip distance, feet are flat, like this, on the ground. Elbows at 90 degrees. Palms forward. Big press, big pull. Press and pull. Excellent job. Exhale, press. Inhale, pull. Good. Back stays flat to the floor, meaning that your abs are on and they're pulling down into the ground. Good. Again, maybe you float your rib cage off the floor. Elbows stop right at the shoulders and press up again. Yes, maybe bring your legs to hover. Maybe even extend your legs forward on a diagonal here, turning on your low abs a little more. Woo! That's a little something else right there. Inhale, exhale, chin off the chest. Let's finish it. 5 seconds. Here's 2 and 1. Woo, 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 woo. Grab your band. Outer glutes. Let's do it. Band around the thighs. Above the knees. Almost done. You're almost done. Let's go. Coming onto the forearm. Again, option to lay all the way down and rest the head. Like so. Listening to your body here. Knees, toes. Knees, toes. Top hip directly above the bottom hip. Pressing gently into this hand. I don't want to cause extra tension to ride up into my neck, so I'm not going to drive into the floor here, but I am going to add a little bit of pressure just to make sure that my body stays stacked, shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip. Good, 2 more. And we carefully switch sides. Flipping it around. Pull the knees in nice and close. Stack and tap. toes to knees. Good. If you can't feel that outer glute, again, what do? Tap it. Brain, please use this one. Thanks. Sweet. Abs pulling in. We're not sinking toward the floor here, lifting away from the floor. Side abs turn on. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, lose the band, grab your weights. Rows. Let's do it, toes or knees. Let's go. Stepping back, feet a little bit wider, knees under the hips or slightly wider. Hands narrow, pull and reach. Pull and reach back flat. Hips scoop under you, hips level with the floor. Notice your side abs kicking into gear right away. Pull and reach. Try to pause at the top for a hot second. Breathing. Almost to our switch. One more. Quick switch, other arm. Pull, reach. Amazing, amazing. We're almost done. One exercise after this. And we stretch. Let's go. 15 seconds. You're crushing it. Let's go. So good. Impress yourself with how strong you are right here. I heard somebody say that one time and I was like, ooh, I like that. I'm strong, I know it. 2 and 1. There it is. Nice job. All right, last exercise. Let's do it. Abs. Take a seat. Forearms, hands. I'll try it on my hands this time. Press your low back toward the floor. Pull the knees up, one leg at a time. Good. If your hip flexors kick on here, make a change, right? Maybe I don't extend the leg as far. I keep the knee bent. My low abs stay on. Yeah? Maybe you come to your forearms. Maybe that helps you. Maybe you lay all the way down and rest your head. Listen to your body here. Try some different things. See what you feel. Awesome. So good. Halfway to the finish line. This is where you crank up the tunes. Cranking up the tunes. Again, try not to sink into your shoulders. Press the shoulders down. Light hands on the floor. You shouldn't have all your weight in your hands. You want it here. Yes, 15 seconds. Let's go. So good. Abs are tight. Neck is relaxed. Finish line in 3, 2, 1. Yes. All right. I want you to come to your feet right away. Grab your water if you need it. And just move. A little bit. Letting the heart rate start to settle. So good. Maybe do some big, slow shoulder rolls here. And the other way. So good. All right, take your feet out nice and wide. Turn your toes out. Bend the knees, sweep the arms low, reach high. Inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, one more time, reach. Good, excellent job. From there, let's stretch the quads while we're standing. You can balance for this or hold on to something. Bend one leg, grab the foot, pull it up nice and high as far as you can. Make sure your standing leg stays bent, you slide that leg back. Try not to arch here. Think about keeping your hips scooped so that you can really stretch the thigh, protecting the back at the same time. Good. And if that doesn't work, if that doesn't feel like something that your body wants to do today, then just step back with that same leg, keep it straight, and then press the top hip down and across the body, almost like you're rotating it in front of you. See if you can feel that stretch too. Another way that might help, press the top of your foot into the floor. Try it that way. That one's a little bit harder to feel, I find. So 2 different ways to stretch that muscle. Good. Let's carefully switch. Other side. Again, standing leg is bent. Leg slides back, but hips slide forward to protect your low back. Breathe. Maybe at this point you shift to breathing in through the nose and out through the nose as well. Good. Again, option leg to the floor. Bend that front leg, rotate the hip until you feel a stretch right here. Good. Excellent job. Good, and gently release it. Bring your feet under your hands, or under your hips. Arm across the body. Avoid the elbow. You can hold on in front of it or behind it. Let's release through the shoulder and the upper back a little bit here. Standing tall. Keep the knees bent just a little bit. Allow for circulation. Good. And carefully let go. Let's switch to the other side. Really nice. Good, and gently let it go. We're gonna take a seat on the floor. Coming down onto the ground. Let's take the legs all the way straight. Let's flex the feet, which means toes point straight up here. Arms reach high, breathe in, and then diving it forward. Drop your head. Reaching for the feet, you can reach for the ankles or the calves. Whatever you've got today. Maybe just rest your hands on top of your legs or next to them. Good, and slowly bring yourself all the way up. Little upper back stretch here. Cross your right leg over your left. Left hand comes to that outer right calf muscle or the thigh. Sweep your right arm back. Take a little twist here. Good, and carefully come back to the center. Let's switch. Left over right. Right hand to the calf or the thigh. Left hand sweeps back. Good. Carefully come back to the center. Let's bend both knees. Bring the feet to touch in front of you. Sit nice and tall. Let the knees start to fall toward the floor and hinge forward ever so slightly. Good. Keep your neck and spine in line. Think about creating space between every single vertebrae here. So lifting up through the crown of your head. Imagine a string right on top of your head, pulling you front just a teeny little bit forward and upward here. Imagine a 45-degree angle, lifting up and out of your tailbone. Good. Really nice. Let's do a little hip stretch here. See if you can stack ankle to shin or ankle to knee. Good. Hands to the floor. And start to crawl the fingers forward as you hinge slightly until you feel a stretch through the outer hip area. You'll probably feel it on the leg that's on top, that same hip. Good. Relaxing your shoulders and your neck here. I like to close my eyes sometimes just to help my body settle, relax, and reset. And start to come all the way to the top. Switch legs here. Again, ankle to shin, ankle to knee. Crawl the hands forward, lengthen the back. And coming all the way back up. Find a comfortable position. You can cross your legs or maybe you extend them in front of you, whatever feels better for you. We'll stretch the neck next. So I want you to take your right hand, bring it to your low back, and then drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Left hand can rest gently on top of the head. Sitting tall here, try not to crumple forward. Thinking tall, using your abs and your back to hold you up. And again, not pulling with that hand, just rest it gently. The stretch will come over time. Good, gently lift the hand, bring the head upright. And then switch hands. Right ear to right shoulder, right hand rests on the head, left palm pressing against your low back. Keeping the chest open here. Good, lift the hand, lift the head. We're gonna open up the chest a little bit here as well. Bring your hands behind your back. You can interlace your fingers or just reach behind you. Drop your shoulders, lift your chin. Reaching away from your body with your arms and lifting through the head. Shoulders pressed back and down. Chest releases. Good, gently let it go. Gentle shoulder rolls here. Excellent job. Amazing work today. Thanks for joining me. Drink water. If you haven't eaten something in a minute, hopefully you were hydrated and fed before this workout. But if you need to eat something, preferably something with salt instead of sugar, just to help reset your electrolyte balance. And if anything else feels tight or sore, take a moment and stretch. That's important. And you're worthy of that time. You're worthy of the care, the time, and the attention. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. We'll see you soon.